Good evening. Welcome to Weekly Waffle again. Firstly, I must apologise. I look like I've been pulled through a hedge backwards, but it's Sunday and I kind of feel entitled, so I do apologise. I have slight sheen. That's what comes of sitting out in the sun. Sunlight. They make you feel nice and special and sparkly, seeing the sun for a change. So, big announcement, drum roll please. I am going to study for a postgraduate certificate in professional coaching at De Montfort University, and I have my conditional offer, so I still have a little bit of work to do to finalise that offer, but hopefully it won't be too strenuous, so I get that finalised and then I will start in the next academic year. So it's quite exciting, but it means that rather than just burbling as I do here, I can actually burble for a living, should I choose to do so, and should anybody actually want to pay for my advice. But I think I've kind of reached that point in my life where I am coming up on 40, and I know I keep banging on about it, but it's because I really don't believe it's true. I'm as in my head, you know, 5 minutes ago I was 18, 5 minutes ago I was 21. Where the hell of the last 10 years ago since I was 30, it's just a very, very strange and quite surreal experience. And I don't think anybody ever really feels their age as such. I mean, obviously you have days where you feel really run down and tired, and everybody has those days. But for the most part, what's inside doesn't really change. You're who you've always been. You're stronger, maybe wiser, maybe a little clearer about who you are, but essentially you're still the same person you were when you were a youngster. So yeah, I still find age quite a weird thing, but sorry, I've completely digressed there. I do apologise. Yeah, I know it's a waffle, but yeah, going off on one at the moment, so hey ho. So yeah, it was kind of, I'm getting up onto the age of 40. What do I want to do with my life? And the one thing that I always come back to is that I want to help people. I've always wanted to help people. And if I can find a way to do that on a professional basis, then that's what I want to do. So working towards this serious qualification, I'm also doing a number of online training programs as well, so that I can really get myself prepped and be in a really strong position for starting this postgraduate certificate. I'm really, really looking forward to it. So I wanted to say a massive thank you to everybody for their support and their lovely comments on my personal timeline during the last week when I announced this. Particular shout out to Mr. Freddie for his announcement that perhaps I ought to turn this into a postgraduate waffle rather than just a weekly waffle. Give that some thought. But yeah, seriously, a huge thank you. I'm very fortunate on Facebook to be friends with some of the teachers who taught me in primary school, and for them to say how proud they are of me. That's phenomenal. That's such a lovely, lovely feeling to know that people who had an input in your life, in some cases 32 years ago, still have an input now. And I think far too often we take for granted the connections we've had in the past, and I think being able to celebrate a positive change such as I'm about to undertake is a really good opportunity to take stock and to be grateful. I've said it before and I'll keep on harping on about it, but the whole idea of practicing an attitude of gratitude, being grateful for what you have, that doesn't mean that you're not suffering or you don't have anything that causes you problems or pain, but it does mean that if you can wake up in the morning and think of 3 things that make you really grateful to be alive, to be getting out of bed for, even if that first thing is that you made it through the night, that's something to be grateful for. You have another whole new day to start all over. Just a kind of thought to leave you with. Anyway, it's only going to be a short waffle today. I'm feeling rather holier than thou at the moment, because of the things I've put in progress for myself. So I'm just going to bask in how good I feel right now. And I hope you all can do the same. So thank you very much for tuning in again, and hopefully I will be back again with you next week, and see where we are in our journey. But in the meantime, if you can comment and let me know if there are any particular things that you would like to hear me talk about in the future, I'd be really, really grateful for the input as to the kind of things you want to hear about. Or even if you want to hear me at all, that's always helpful too. So thank you very much again for tuning into Weekly Waffle. Mwah! Lots of love, and I will see you all soon. Bye.